Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Hobbydude 007 channel and Model Cars and Coffee with Hobbydude. You know, I've been going through my build list and just kind of looking at what was on there, and that prompted me to go into my stash and start kind of looking through some things, because you guys know how it is. We're constantly changing up what we may have on our build list or in our mind or heart to build. And while I've got a few things that are theme related that I am going to stay on, there's a few other things that I thought, well, let's get a look for 2026 and see maybe what we can switch up. And while I don't know that this is going to really change much, there are a few things that got my attention, and I want to share two in particular with you. I love drag racing. I love all kinds of racing, but I'm a big pro stock nut. But these are top fuelers, and I haven't built one of those in many, many years. Let me share them with you.
Bring your model to life with MCV products. Visit them on the World Wide Web at mcvproducts.com.
As I was saying, guys, I haven't built a top fueler in a long time. Love the gassers and love the pro stock, but top fuel, I think a teenager was the last time I actually built one, and I built a lot before that. But love these things, the old front engine dragsters, and if you remember, I'm still a vintage guy, so I'm going old school. If you remember the first one after Don Garlits came back from his incident with the rear engine dragster, many of them you saw after that did not have the wing on the back, and the Copperhead is just one I picked up, and then I picked up another one at a raffle. So I've got several of these in stock, and I'm swaying toward adding this one to the list, so we're going to take a look at it. But I went ahead and pulled the ramp chargers out because, and you know, if I'd have thought about it, I'd have pulled the Young American, things like that out, because those were a little bit longer frame and body on those. And but I did leave this out because I want to do a comparison from so they're both in 1/25th scale, but a comparison between the length of the frame on a rear engine and a front engine. And I know from team to team that might have varied a little bit too, but I know NHRA's rules had a lot to say about that too. So we're going to take a look at that. But in fact, let me hook the camera up here. And sorry about that, guys. I hit the button when I was hooking it up and turned it off for a second. Anyway, let's go ahead and dig the chassis out of the front engine. And there it is right on the top. And they had a little bit narrower. Oh, this is an old kit. Those feel pretty brittle. Great thing is, with 3D printing as well as some of the resin and the aftermarket stuff, you can still get plenty of these. These are M&H Race Masters. These will clean up fine, I'm sure. Love these old front engine too. We're going to do a comparison on those chassis lengths. I'm just curious. This may not make any difference whatsoever, but let's see. Probably. Oh, this is a one-piece chassis. All right, let's take a look real quick. So the front axle would be right there. It's a little bit shorter, but not much when you consider the cockpit's here, the engine's right here. So it's not that much shorter, but it's in the ballpark anyway. So that was just something for my own curiosity. I don't guess you guys really cared one way or the other, but anyway, I'm thinking about doing one of these and dressing it out a little bit with a new photo etch wheels and tires, which you saw on my Tony Nancy car, which you see here. I love those photo etch, and there's some new stuff out there now. And MCV Products has some 3D printed that look like the photo etch. I mean, they're very in scale. All right, let's take a look at our tires. A little Meteor tire, pad printed. And I'll take one of the, probably like the charcoal or something in the Tamiya weathering sets and kind of tone that down a little bit. You've seen me do that with tires before too. For example, those for the modified, kind of tone them down a little bit so they're not so screaming at you white. There's the front tires. Those are really nice. Let's take a look at that chrome tree real quick. There's a lot of this stuff that I would probably change. These valve covers, you see that texture on them? I don't know. Let me do some research on that. And I know a lot of those that had that textured look were either a semi-gloss black or something like that. We'll see. We'll see. And I do not like these two-piece blower hats. So what I'd probably do there is take a look at Slick's decals and their competition resin stuff and get a one-piece. And for top fuel car, well, anything like that for drag racing parts, head over to Slick's decals for competition resins and take a look at them. You know, these things aren't really that thick. They don't look that bad. But I still like the photo etch myself. But the chrome, it doesn't look out of scale or anything. Actually, it looks pretty clean. Pretty good. We'll take a look at it as we cut some of it off. This steering rod, I'll probably strip that and do that in a more natural metal color than chrome. And there's a few things like that maybe. We'll see. We'll see. There's our body. And where'd that chassis go? Oh yeah. Nice fit. And like I said, when those first rear engines came out, and before they had the big wing in the back and all that stuff, some of them had a wing in the front, and I think this one, yeah, it does on the box art. You can see it's got the wing up front. Gives it a little bit different look. And let's take a look at the instructions and decals real quick. Oh, this has got individual pipes. Zoomies, okay. I like that too. And I may, if I dress this one out, I would take the stainless, let's see if I got a piece of it here. I've got some stainless steel hollow tubes. That one's a little too small, but I've got them in 3 or 4 different sizes and bend those myself. Engine parts, chassis, interior. Here we go. Kit engine, as far as the block and the heads, that kind of stuff, they don't look bad, but I'm going to see what competition has to offer. And maybe replace the engine with a 3D. As you can see, there's not a ton of parts to this thing either. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. This is looking, I'm a little inspired. And on the decals we have, okay, 2 different styles of Copperhead. I like that red background in there. Oh, that would look good with a snake skin in the red. Also have snake bitten. Oh, there's another possibility. Supercharged power. And looks like we got a Copperhead down here. I'd imagine that goes on the front of the body here somewhere. Or maybe on that front wing. That doesn't show decal placement, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this one, guys. It would be an old schooler. And I may look around and see what engines are available. And these tires are in really good shape. A little bit of stuff there on it. Apparently, so these bags were cut open, so apparently I have been into this in the past, but it's been so long I don't even remember it. Nice seat. I'll put a set of belts in that. I think there's some molded in, but yeah, this looks good. Okay, guys, I think I will add this over for a top fuel. I'm going to put these back in here. Don't want anything happening to the good chrome anyway. And even though I usually do my own chrome, but that looks pretty in scale, and it looks pretty good. Pretty good. And a Copperhead, something like that, that might be kind of nice. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Just wanted to share with you as I was going through the stash about that. A couple other things that I set aside that I think are going to look pretty good. But these old school dragsters are just really something. And a good front engine would be a good one too. And if I do one of those, I think I'd rather do the Young American, but or one of that body style. I always kind of fancied... I've got the decals for a 16th scale front engine. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I did a video on it way back, but some of the parts I'm not pleased with, so I need to take a look at some 16th scale parts for that one too. But I think this one, would be a nice one to do too. Okay, guys, wanted to share it with you. If you're not familiar with this kit, now you are. So go pick you up one, guys. Hope you have an absolutely awesome week and a great Christmas. I'll have another video up on the 40 modified in the next day or so, right before Christmas anyway. But if I don't catch up with you before then, because I know a lot of you be traveling, doing stuff with family, hey, Merry Christmas. We love you and we appreciate you. God bless, guys. We'll see you in the next one.